Greetings, viewers. It's about 6:40 in the morning. I'm getting ready for work, or should be getting ready for work, but yet here I am, shooting video of the refrigerator, which ordinarily wouldn't be too exciting, except this refrigerator, which, if we take a look in here, manufactured 12 of 2008, which make it about 15 years old, but it has finally failed. You might be able to hear that it should be running. It stinks pretty bad. There's no compressor. And that should never happen. Everything is turned up all the way. I don't have my infrared thermometer, but I mean, it's below ambient. And that can of soda is pretty cold, but it's certainly not as cold as it should be if this were working properly. And I'm kind of afraid to open up the freezer to show this, because the freezer is definitely not working, and the biggest indictment for that is that there's no ice in the ice maker. Oh, somebody turned it off, so I can't even prove that. Well, there's some things that are still frozen, but again, that's not cold. That's not what a freezer should be doing. So, 15 years later, time for a new refrigerator. In the meantime, what we're doing to get by is we have this here. This is a little Master Chef. Now, I thought that the brand was actually a Magic Chef, but I guess it's not. This is a mini fridge. You can see the pertinent specifications. It uses R600A, which I guess is one of the new standard refrigerants anyways. You know, the wonderful things about standards is that there's so many of them to choose from. I guess they're not using propane anymore, unless R600A is propane, but I don't think it is. But the intention for this was actually to put this in the basement and use it as a beer fridge, or for other alcoholic purposes. I don't know why we got something so big for that. Well, actually I could tell you exactly why. It's because my father was insistent on getting something with a freezer in it. It was a very old school looking freezer. Remember when refrigerators had freezers like that, like full-size ones? Anyway, it's nice to see that technology still in use. But this is certainly keeping things cool. Set at medium. This is what that should be doing. You can see the condensation on that. Compressor comes on with no issue on that, and again, that's what that one's supposed to be doing. But this is going to be stuck up here until the end of October, because, go figure, a replacement was procured for this, but it's not going to get here until the 20th. I don't know how that really works, when you can generally walk into a Lowe's and find something and get it delivered next day, but oh well. So, I guess I'll be back. Today's the 5th. I guess I'll be back in 15 days. Looks pretty naked, eh? Yeah, tomorrow's the day. So everything's been pulled off. Everything has not been pulled out yet. So that'll have to happen soon. Okay, it's about 6 in the morning, making this video segment. Hopefully nobody's up, and nobody will know that I'm doing it. I won't get interrupted. But, there it is. Oh, let's see. Oh, I thought it had a badge on it. It doesn't. Interesting. Well, actually it's right there in front of my face, but it's a Frigidaire model. Now, I had thought that the dishwasher was also a Frigidaire, but it's not. It's a Whirlpool. Not that it really matters. They all come from the same factory in China these days anyway. It's the same width, but it's quite a bit deeper than the other one. You can see in there. I'm not sure if that's an LED light or not. It doesn't look like it, but it might be. Of course, there's the data plate. It's actually made in Mexico. I thought it was made in China, but it doesn't really matter. I'm sure all the stuff in it was made in China. R600A, so it uses butane as a refrigerant. Like most, you'll notice that the fan completely stopped when I opened that door. If we give it a second here, it'll come back on. It has a permanently running fan that I guess is supposed to prevent these doors from basically vacuuming themselves shut. Here's the ice maker. It's a completely different mechanism, and you can see it makes these like pyramid-shaped cubes, which is different. I don't know what I think about that. Everybody else doesn't like them, but I think I tend to like the smaller ice cubes anyway. But, I can't keep this door open too long. You can see those things there. It's got an air filter. I suppose that that fan is also supposed to take the place of a box of baking soda, even though we've got them anyway. But you'll notice this. A little door open indicator. If you leave this open for long enough, maybe I'll actually try it here. It has an alarm on it that will tell you that you need to close the door. I don't remember how long it takes. I think it was like 30 seconds or something. But anyway, I don't know what it is about these side-by-sides, but they're never as deep as a regular refrigerator, but at least this one comes close. But, so we'll let that, this doesn't really sit. It's either all the way open or closed, or you're holding it. One thing I don't really like is that there's no light when you put the water on, and there's also no, I mean, I guess this takes its place, but there's no real drip tray. You have the light on, but it's either on or off. So that's a little annoying. Let's see if the alarm for the door goes off here in a second. But I used to use the light from the refrigerator as a night light because it meant I wouldn't have to turn on the whole thing here. There's a bulb that's burnt out. I guess nobody's felt the need to replace it. But, I guess I can't do that anymore. I'm surprised. I thought that went off after 30 seconds, but I guess it's more than 30 seconds. I guess it's not gonna do it. Okay, fine. Whatever. Figures. On video won't do it. But, anyway, you'll notice the open space up there. Used to be a set of cabinets. Now, I'll never profess to understand why people put cabinets above the refrigerator, because you can't access them, especially if you're like us and you put stuff on top of the fridge like this. There's no way you can get into any of those cabinets. It's not like they were big anyway, but they were pulled down, because this is taller than the old one. Like I said earlier, I thought that was standardized, but I guess it's not. It was like about ½ an inch too tall. So, anyway, I guess it could be worse. It could have been too wide, and we'd have to pull this out and find somewhere to put that. But, yeah, there you go. There's your new refrigerator. Works well. I forgot to bring my thermometer down, but maybe I'll grab that here in a few minutes and we'll just take a look. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. You got any comments? Feel free to leave them below.